Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 482. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 482.
Thank you.
Yes. To 482 of the Moviecast. Mike can't join us tonight. He's busy. So, we'll be going at three of us here.
So that means then we're not doing anticipated because we
yes,
Mike
and just
generation delays continues. Got delayed.
Yeah, we're delaying it again for like 2 more weeks because I can't be on the podcast next week. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I have a family thing to do. So we'll be getting to it though. We promise you.
Mm-hmm.
It's anticipation, right? For the anticipated, we're just
Right.
building that. So yeah, that's good. All right.
Which is fine.
So-
There might be some more information shortly anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it works
All right.
out.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know what we got a whole bunch of stuff happening and delays are happening. Stuff's moving around, shuffling. So, we have the Super Bowl commercial. So we're going to talk about that tonight a little bit. First things first, let's get into what we've been up to, guys. I'll mention my thing was kicking us off here. I've got to watch. I don't know. I found myself with some free time and I watched 2 episodes. I restarted because I never really watched. The DC Universe, the shitty Brendan Fraser.
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol, thank you. I restarted Doom Patrol, and I watched the first 2 episodes of that. I never got through the first episode the first time.
Yeah.
And so this time I did. I went through it, and I love the fact that it makes fun of itself. Like, this is what the CW shows are, but take themselves too seriously for, and this never does. And I think that's why it's better. It just knows what it is. It knows its over the top goofiness, and it pokes fun of it. And Alan Tudyk is awesome.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that was him until I was like, holy shit, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, he's in it, and I really, really enjoyed that. And then I watched another episode of Picard, which excellent, love that show. Really, really enjoying that show. And so that's 2 subscription things that I really barely have been using, but because I got such a good rate on both of them, I've been staying subscribed. So they've got, because it's I'm paying $3 a month or $3.99 a month for each of them, and so. They've got me for that price for a monthly. I'm not going to cancel it, but I haven't really been using them too much. But now I'm like CBS, I'm caught up on my show. Both of them. I did, Discovery and I did Picard, and I'm like, well, let's see what else they have on there. And I'm like, I don't really see, except for backlog stuff. I'm like, I don't see anything original content on there that's that spectacular. And it immediately brings me into so many people are complaining about Disney Plus's content. What are they talking? What are they? Have they?
You mean Mike? People like Mike?
There's I've watched.
I'm allowed to do this because he's not on the podcast.
I've watched people complain online, on posts on Facebook and everything, about the content and how they won't be upping their subscription because it's shit. And I'm like, I understand they're not Netflix in terms of original content right now, but the fact that DC Universe and CBS All Access have been out for over a year, or about over a year, and they really don't have much. I mean, DC's fine. It's got some Titans as well, I guess, but the Harley Quinn show is great. But CBS has nothing. And I looked at Apple Plus the other day too, and that's why I ended up watching Doom Patrol, because Apple Plus has nothing. And they gave that to me.
Give me away for free.
I know. I just said that. And they gave it to me for free, and I'm like, this is useless. So I have that for free. I told Corey just before we started hit the record button here, I'm upping tomorrow to Netflix again for another month.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
It's time to binge some Netflix.
Yeah.
So I'll be getting Witcher, You. There's a bunch of.
That's the beauty of it, because people talk about Mike again, but him and other people, it's there's that meme. I'm sure you guys have seen it, where it's the prices of all the subscription services, and then it's total, and it's you are supposed to save cable, or save with Obi-Wan. And I'm just no, you fucking idiots. How many times do I have to explain it to you? Cable, you are locked in contractually. And, you get nickel and dimed with all TV fees, sports broadcast fees. Shit I couldn't even opt out of with fucking Comcast.
Yeah.
And I'm just I only might want, 1 or 2 channels. With these subscription services, first of all, you're not subscribing to a dozen of them. Or if you are, you have first world problems.
I don't know why you would. No,
right.
I mean, I could see doing 5 of them maybe, but that's about it.
But then that's the other thing is you can just pick and choose a la carte. 1 month, yeah, I'll do Netflix. Maybe like that's a rolling thing. 1 month Netflix, 1 month Hulu, 1 month something else, and then you just rotate. You give them time to build up their
people
things.
People are like, oh, I'll never cancel. I'm like, you know what I'm doing tomorrow is I am signing up for the month, and the second that it charges my card, I'm hitting the cancel button.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Which means at the end of the 30 days, it turns itself off automatically.
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yep.
So yeah, I agree. I mean, it's really not that bad out there. I mean, Netflix is very expensive, but if I'm doing it piecemeal like this to go when I have free time now, I'm like, okay, I'm caught up on my other stuff. It's time to watch more Netflix. I understand not paying $17 a month for it if you're not going to use it every single day. But, you know, like I'm canceling Boomerang. I've had Boomerang, the kids show thing for like 2 years now. And this last year, they have put no new content on there. And I'm just like, this is useless. Like,
I didn't even realize they had new content on that.
Oh, they've been doing like backlog older shows. They've been bringing them back and posting them on there. They have some like newer Scooby-Doo shows and stuff like that. But they're like not putting any of their older stuff, like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. There's really been nothing added in the last like year. So I've been like really disappointed because I'm like looking forward to seeing some of these older, you know, like I actually wanted them to do the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. Like I would love to see this on there. You really can't find it anywhere, and I love that show. But they haven't added that. They haven't added a whole. But it's been quiet on there, so I'm not going to pay them for it. So that's my choice.
That's the beauty of it. And like it's the same thing I always say is like all these people that are complaining about it's so difficult to manage all these streaming services, and like I wish there was one place that you could just manage everything, and like you had that was called cable, and now you get to do it a la carte, like saying pick and choose. That's all I've ever wanted. It was like I don't want to watch the Home Shopping Network. I don't want to pay for it. Like give me the ability to like pay for what I want to pay for, and now we can, and people are complaining about it again. It's like really, come on.
Yeah, I gotta say, like I was I was looking at doing a switch to a T-Mobile because they include Netflix in their subscriptions too, and I'm like, oh, I could save some money if I want to do that way. But T-Mobile just is crap in this area. Like it's really bad. Yeah. It's so slow. I'm just like, oh, I'm not switching. But
5G, Jim, 5G.
It's not 5G. I put my phone on. I did my speed test on the 18th.
Well, the problem is that they don't tell you is if you don't have a 5G phone, you're not getting that anyway.
But explain to me how it is then. My iPhone on the AT&T network gets 100 megs down, 100 megabits.
Right, it's fine.
And then I did a speed test on their network with my device on their hotspot device, and I'm getting 10.
Nope.
I'm like, there's your speed difference in the same exact location.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's an average. That's an average
hard
speed.
To move away. I mean, AT&T is not the greatest, but like, it gives us good service where we live, and it depends on where you live. That's things.
And like, good speed, obviously good speed, and we have unlimited. We have not grandfather, but we have an older plan that's actually good value. Mm-hmm. So but whatever. That's really been it for me in terms of watched. I've played some stuff, so we'll get to that in the Gamecast. But Corey, what have you been watching?
Well, I've been trying to go through the top 10 of the decade stuff.
Yes, you told me.
Movies.
Yeah, you watched. Yeah,
I'm trying to get through them, and so I watched Inception again. And if I had watched that before we finalized the rankings, it'd probably be my number 2 movie.
Oh wow, that's a huge bump.
That holds up massively.
It really does, and the themes, like you were saying in the podcast before, like just the original concept, and it does have a little bit of a Matrixy feel to it. Like you gotta, I definitely think there's inspiration there with the whole awake from the dream. Is this a dream, not a dream kind of thing, and like what's the real world and all that. But yeah, this the originality of it. Obviously, the music that is involved, like compared with it, and the acting is just by far like some of the best on screen as an ensemble itself. The action sequences, because this is an action movie. Like there's chase sequences, there's gunfights, there's like everything you can think of, and just ideas that are such original ideas that it does really hold up well, even though, and you haven't seen things like it since then. Like I can't really think of much since then that has really put me on that level of, wow, this is something different than what we've seen before. And so you could watch this today and be like, wow, this movie could have come out this year, and you'd be like, oh, that's wholly original. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I did I watched a bunch of like Netflix stuff that I was like, not necessarily Netflix stuff, sorry, because I did get Netflix also, and I was like, I don't want to get into a show yet because I'm gonna probably binge it, so I don't want to like focus on it. I'm just gonna put something on the background, and I found myself like watching all of it again. Like I just had The Good Place on in the background. I was like, because it's one of those like it's just a good show and it's half hour. But then I found like, oh shoot, I've gone through like 2 seasons already of this. So, but yeah, so that's basically it. I just wanted to highlight the Inception stuff because, It definitely is really good.
Cool. Anything else?
No, that's it for now. Sorry if I'm sniffling. My nose is a little runny today. So
I've had head cold. It's the time of year. It's fine. I've slept all day. So, Tony, you're up.
Let's see. I forget the last time I talked about it. Watching My Hero.
Oh, he froze. My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Okay. He froze for a second ago.
Sorry.
I got wait.
Yeah, sorry. Yep. My Hero Academia. I'm conflicted because they covered my favorite arc in the show, and because the studio is working on the movie, they totally tried to save budget by like skipping out on like, in my opinion, like my favorite pivotal fight sequence, which doesn't even involve like the actual main character. And I'm just like, I was like shaking my head. I'm like, oh god, you did my boy dirty. So I was a little upset about that, but and then it's weird because like now like the show is starting to get into like this arc that I just thought was kind of like meh. It's like you go from like you gotta have peaks and valleys, but this is like such a valley. It's like some serious shit just happened. It's like, hey, it's the school festival arc, and I'm just like, yeah, pacing's a little off on this one, so we'll see about that. Other than that, did I talk about the toys that made us last week?
Yes.
No?
You did. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. All right, and that's it for what we've been up to. Going to the box office here. Not much going on. Bad Boys at number 1, 1917 at 2, Doolittle 3, Gretel and Hansel at 4, which opened this week, and The Gentleman is number 5. Opening this week's Birds of Prey. It's going to be interesting to see where that opens at. I don't even know what the they're holding back the scores.
Yeah.
Which is we've said this a billion times where it's like.
Oh wait, which one?
For Birds of Prey. Yeah.
Ooh.
It doesn't necessarily means. Oh wait, here we go. It's hoping for a. Wait, is that really what they're going for? 110 to 125 global opening.
Global? Is it?
That's what they're looking for. Global. Oof. I don't know. That's what Deadline's reporting. I guess they're not aiming pretty high with this one. 400 million. That would be roughly total. So I don't know. I know that's opening. The fact that they're holding back scores doesn't usually bode very well for this. I'm not a big fan of Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I don't think she's that good at it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just feel like she can't.
You don't have to apologize, Jim, but
I'm sure I'm pissing people off, and I don't mean to do that, but I'm just like, I don't know.
I mean, I think she's fine, but like, her character really didn't have much to do. I mean, in my opinion, just.
I'm curious to see after watching the cartoon, like where they go with this, because this seems like kind of what the cartoon was doing. So that's why I'm curious about it. And like she loves playing the character, so like I do appreciate when actors are committed to characters that they're playing, because you usually do get better performances. Like they have some stake in it, like want to make it a good thing instead of just a paycheck.
Yeah, I feel like they'd probably be more successful if they just adopted like the Deadpool formula and just have Harley Quinn be like this fourth wall, like kind of.
She does break the fourth wall in this movie.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, it's in the trailer. So I don't know if it's...
I haven't watched any of them, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how this one does, but maybe if it's a good movie, I mean, Sonic's the week after, so we'll see.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got a couple of things in news breaking as we're talking right now.
Really?
Bob, well, I don't know if it's as we're talking. It's been a couple hours ago, but I didn't put it in the news list, so I'm going to make sure I hit this first. Bob Iger, it's Iger, right?
Yeah.
That's how you say it. Has confirmed that the future of Star Wars will be television. So don't expect much in the theaters anytime soon. Okay. He says Lucasfilm will take a bit of a hiatus in terms of theatrical releases. So look for spin-offs of The Mandalorian, he's saying. And so, yeah. There we go. The other one I just saw that came out was that the Lilo and Stitch live-action / CGI hybrid is happening.
Oof. Why not? I mean, formulas work, and even if they don't make the best movies, they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, that's for Disney Plus, though, I thought, right?
I don't have details on where that was going. I just saw it on Twitter, actually.
Oh, well, that makes
is that
more
going to
sense.
be if it's Disney Plus? That's a great idea. Oh, it is Disney Plus. Yep, remake on Disney Plus. So, and that's a good idea. I mean, their budget's the same. It looks like so. We're getting the same content, but on their own service. They're gonna make why get the movie theaters money when they can make their own straight. So, yeah. So those are the two things I didn't put on the news. But let's get into the rest of the news here, and we'll talk about. I know we had the Super Bowl stuff, but we'll get into that in just a second. New Silent Hill movie coming from the original director, and also doing Fatal Frame.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this is what's his name, Christoph Gans. It's Gans. Has said that he is currently working on both Silent Hill and Fatal Frame movie. So interesting that he'd be working on both. I think he did a fine job with the first Silent Hill movie. I didn't see the second one ever, but I did like the first one. I don't know, and I think Fatal Frame's good content where they can, again, another video game movie that could actually be good as long as you just focus on what the game is focused on, not like telling that story, but take the elements from it and put it into your own story. I think you can do it, like what they did with Silent Hill. I think that's what made Silent Hill better, was the fact they didn't try to tell the story of the game. So, but yeah. What else we have here? We'll get that in a second. Miss Marvel is apparently starting up sooner than we expected. Miss Marvel. They're going to be filming this summer. That's the rumor right now that they're going to be doing, and that she'll
Kamala
be
Kamala
Khan, Ms. Marvel, not Captain Marvel, and she'll be appearing in her first movie very soon. So we're going to get her this year. What movie do you guys think?
She's going to appear in a movie?
Yeah, this year.
Eternals, right?
Is there there's Black Widow, but she'd be a little young for that movie. It's a prequel,
Yeah.
So.
It's got to be Eternals then. What else is coming out? That's it, right?
It's got to be Eternals. Yeah, that's it. There's those two. So I guess we're going to see her in Eternals. I mean, it makes sense to have her show up in that kind of that movie. That's going to bring us
this movie is yet. So
no, but they're going to bring us a lot of new heroes in that movie to kind of set up their new where they're going. Going forward here.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand where Black Widow falls with this. I don't understand what they're.
Well, they're setting up the Florence Pugh or whatever her name is as the new Black Widow, maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
I kind of feel like there's got to be something else that like Natasha did something, and it's like, hey, just in case, like the contingency plan of like, some cosmic, whatever, post Avengers bullshit, and it's gonna be like, oh, greater connected universe kind of thing.
Oh, I think it's more about the other girl. It's gonna be like her launch pad.
Oh yeah. I think it's definitely like her, thing, but I think it's gonna be like kind of guilting her to be like, hey, I need you to do this just in case something happens to me.
I like that idea. I think it's going to set up, somebody taking the reins, like the backstory as to why this other woman shows up as the Black Widow.
Right.
Yeah. Right. It's like the world always needs a Black Widow.
Yeah. So.
I don't think that's how it works.
I was reading a lot of news about the multiverse stuff coming up with Doctor Strange. There's a lot of rumors flying around with this, where we could still get Chris Evans back as Captain America, playing the role as like another version of his character.
I could see that.
Yeah. So it seems interesting, like the Hydra version of Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of thing. They could do something with that. There's some cool things. But I don't know. There's a ton of rumors flying around. Scarlet Witch is in it. That's confirmed.
Nope.
Yeah. So I just like
the director
shows
leave
up
it though, right?
I think they did. They just
Scott
had
Erickson or something.
Yeah, but they had recent conversations with Patrick Stewart to maybe reprise his role as Charles Xavier, and the theory was that's for that movie because you can easily, suddenly have this multiverse thing.
Multiverse, yeah. Sure.
Cool. It's their DC kind of thing where they can actually bring in whatever they want here. But anyways, Super Bowl happened. That happened on Sunday. Highest ratings for the Super Bowl in the last 5 years.
Cool.
They increased actually for the last time, first time, not highest, but increased to 100 million viewers, and they had 104 million, I guess, for the halftime show. More tuned in for the halftime show than the actual game.
It was tied. I mean, it was tied, so like people might have been like, "Oh, this game's a good game. It's tied," and so like maybe they hopped in for that.
Well, it was a good game, but but the big thing that people like to bring in that don't watch the football, they come in to watch the commercials. And I have to say, this year, I think I said this last year, but this year I feel like the commercials were just not great.
The commercials have been tapering off for a long time.
Because $5.5 downward. Yeah, like $5.5 million. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think the last truly good one was like it's a Tide commercial from like what 2-3 years ago.
I did like how they carried that on here, and I did like that commercial. Because it was, Charlie Day, I think his name is.
Mhm.
He was the guy that it looked like it was a Bud Light commercial, and it wasn't. It was the Tide commercial instead. But yeah, so it was interesting. Like, I just feel like there weren't many entertaining ones, But we did get some cool stuff that I wanted to talk about. So we had like the Disney Plus trailers launched. So we got to see a teaser for the Falcon and Winter Soldier. The WandaVision was on there. They had a quick teaser for Loki, but we really got to see some scenes from WandaVision, which had her in her original costume. Her famous comic costume.
The red, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what are you expecting with? Winter Soldier and Falcon post. That's going to be the post to Snap. What do you call it?
He's got the shield, obviously, post Endgame.
So that's going to be post Endgame, and so we're going to get some post Endgame content with that. And that's coming out. I heard it's not going to come out in August like I originally thought. It is coming out this fall. They originally said that they said that, I think we reported they moved it up to August last week, and now it's back to October, which is before Eternals, I still think. So we might still get a crossover for it. I wonder if like the timing thing is like, well, we have this that kind of intertwines with the Eternals, so let's move it closer so that we can actually have that, because they love to do that. They've already done it once with Mandalorian.
November 6th for Eternals.
Yeah, so there you go. October for.
Wait, was there a time between Mandalorian and Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, there was a tie-in. There was the Force healing.
Yeah.
They put out the 7th episode on Wednesday, so that way people could watch it before.
Yeah, I meant more directly than just that. Like,
that was small, but yeah.
But I think they'll get better at this, and I think in a few years
more.
once they refine it. Yeah.
So WandaVision, I think, looked the strangest of all of them.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to also kind of tie into some of the stuff that's going to happen in the Doctor Strange movie. I think they said. I
think so. That's what I think. Is she already in the multiverse?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be.
If Vision's alive, then.
Could be any number of things, but I heard a rumor that it's gonna. Excuse me. Maybe like take some adaptation from that comic run. I think it was like the Visions or something like that, where it's like they have family and stuff like that.
Very dark and disturbing.
Yeah, exactly. Because you definitely get those vibes even from like the thing. It's like it's like the happy little suburban family. It's like that's not gonna last.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't think so either. But I mean, like, I think you have more impact for heroes when they actually stay dead than come back. But yes, we had what else we have here? We have a couple. There was not many trailers because it was freaking $5.6 million to advertise for 30 seconds. So we had a couple more trailers. We had Fast 9, which looked like the other trailer really.
I just can't believe.
What?
How like that franchise started with like them being like petty like VCR TV thieves, and it's like they're like basically on the level of like super agents. Like
yeah, that's true.
Like out of context, I would watch this and I'd be
VCR.
like, are they agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or some shit? Like they're just like doing all this ridiculous crap.
They stole DVD players, I think, in the beginning, in the first one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, it's funny though, because like seeing this trailer, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's finally time for me to like catch up with this franchise because. In the beginning, when it was about cars, I was like, I don't really give a shit about this.
Hasn't been about that in a very long time.
Right. And then, like, I think I'm finally coming around to this, so maybe I'll make it a point to catch up.
Like I said,
they're fun heist movies.
Would have liked to put one of these movies on my decade list, obviously, but this is just one of those. Not necessarily. It's not even a guilty pleasure because I do love these franchises. Yeah. I do love how ridiculous it gets each time, and. So
you just keep wondering how they're gonna one up themselves again.
Yeah, I keep looking forward to seeing what.
I feel like what they do first when they build these sequels is they come up with their money piece. Their money. It's like, okay, we're gonna build the movie off of this, and then that's how they go with their story.
It's like let's tie everything. Like how do we get to this point? And then whatever.
That's how they write it. Yep.
Are those?
Man, what?
Are these available somewhere online to stream or something like that?
Probably.
Okay. I don't think on Netflix, but I'll find out.
No, they're probably on Amazon Prime or they're on.
Oh, really?
I think I have all of them.
I wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah. What else? Do we have? Maverick was on. Maverick was on there. I didn't see Maverick. That was before.
Maverick was the first trailer after the national anthem, I think.
See, I was getting I fried a turkey and I was cutting that all up, so I probably missed that part. No Time to Die was on there.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I'm excited for this Bond movie. I'm sorry, I am. It's.
I don't apologize, Jim. Don't apologize. It's just because the last ones were bad doesn't mean this one will be.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was ready to see new Bond, and I am, but we'll see what they're gonna do with this one. I'm kind of excited for it because it's James Bond, and I want to see it. A Quiet Place 2, which does feature John Krasinski.
Well, flashback sequences, sure.
Yeah.
He was also in one of the better commercials as well with the Smart Pack.
Yes, he was. I knew that was going to be the Hyundai's commercial. I think I saw that earlier, so I was like, oh, it's Hyundai. And I thought that was a fun commercial.
The thing is, what's funny is it's a great commercial, but I would never park that way because if someone comes out before I get to move my car, they're not getting in their car unless they like scratch up mine.
Yeah, that's true. I would hate that. I wouldn't trust them not opening their door into my car.
Yeah, exactly.
So plus it's like I can't imagine like if I'm in a parking lot. And because this is a feature that's on like $100,000 cars, people have this. But if I'm in a parking lot, I'm not going to sit there and wait with a button to have the car roll out. I don't know of any time where I have like a minute to roll my car backwards out of a spot and then get in it.
You got
a
minute to do that anytime. You can do that. It's just a matter of like, what I'm not going to do
in a parking
get out
lot,
of the car while the car is sitting in the middle of the lane to park my car.
No, you're not going to sit there in a parking lot behind a car without any other cars coming to make you stop pulling that car out. That's not going to happen. Realistically, when have you stood in a parking lot where you've not seen a car come past you for like a minute while the car backs up out of its spot? You're not going to have a clear path. You're going to be holding up traffic with your car.
I mean, you hold up traffic anyway. If you, in any case, I think it's weirder going in than coming out.
Not only do you have to back it out of the spot, then get into the car, and then.
Why are we talking about this again?
I don't know because this is
a good commercial.
On my mind. This is on my mind. This is on my mind because it's like it doesn't. The feature doesn't make fucking sense because you've got to back the car out. And have you seen people get in their cars recently? How long they take to pull out of their freaking spot? Because it takes them forever to get all their shit together.
This will make things faster, Jim.
No, it won't. Because all it's doing is backing the car out, and then they're going to get in the car and do all that shit anyways.
I'm sorry.
Because it's all.
What's this service? What's this commercial about?
Smart Park. Smart Park. You can get out of your car.
Smart Park.
And you press a button on your remote, and it'll park the car for you.
It'll pull the car forward or back, depending on where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you didn't pull up far enough into space, you can actually manually just move it forward, and that's cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yes, that's cool. But they've been using it to back it out of the spot so you can get in your car easier rather than hitting other people's doors.
See, that's the thing.
So one thing I will say is like nothing irks me more when like I go somewhere and I come out and some asshole is like so close to my shit. Like I've been so close to keying people's like vehicles just because I'm like, are you fucking dumb?
But they're the ones, they don't have this feature. They're going to hit your door. And that's the problem I have. I don't care about my door hitting their door. I don't do it because I know that. But I know that they're going to, like, I'm afraid when my car isn't, like,
right, no, that's what I'm saying. It's a stupid, like, the commercial is cool, but the fact that they're using a space that you can't open the door. And that's why he's doing this, because you cannot physically open the door to get out of the car. So he's parking it with his smart park so he can park there still. But the problem is, now the people to your left and right can't open their doors either.
But don't you have to line the car up perfectly for that anyways?
I don't know how it works. I don't know how
it only goes forwards and backs. It only goes forwards and backs.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think it's more awkward to have to line up the car before you get out, like, and then get out. That's going
to be, think about it. Just think about all of those problems we have. Everything I just said is a real problem, and everything you just said is a real problem.
We've seen these self-parking cars before, and like Lexus and Mercedes. And I always love the commercial, the Audi commercial where the car guys like drifts into the spot and like for the car for people who want to park themselves. Yeah.
All right, we got back to trailers. Invisible Man was on there. Mulan looks good. Looks pretty good. Sonic the Hedgehog, SpongeBob was on there. Really?
Yeah, he's got another movie.
Hunters, Amazon original Hunters. That looked pretty cool. I think that was a good trailer drop for them. I think the biggest thing we're not hitting yet is the other commercials. So like we had the one I actually really liked was the Doritos Cool Ranch one with Sam Elliott.
I don't think I saw that one.
Mr. Cowboy with his mustache that rolls, and he was like, he was in like a showdown thing with is it Lil Nas X?
Little Nas.
So that was one I liked. I like that one, but then there's the Planters thing, which is the one what we had to talk about. We have to talk about that one.
Baby Nut.
Baby nut.
Baby nut.
Like, it just seems like that's such a hey, people liked it when, they killed off Groot and brought him back as a baby, and then people really liked it when, like, Yoda died and they brought back, like, somebody from Yoda's species as a baby. Let's do that with Mr. Peanut. It's like, nobody cares. Get the fuck out of here.
People care enough to make it a thing. Obviously, we're talking about it.
Yeah, but just because it's absurd. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not going to be like, oh, man, I can't wait for, like, a baby nut plushie. Can't wait for Hot Toys to make a baby nut, like, statue, $350. Which... I
agree. I think it's funny that they're doing this whole baby nut thing. And it's like, just playing off against other baby stuff.
Baby Yoda. They whipped it together pretty quick. Give them credit.
And it's working. I mean, that's the thing. It is working.
It got people talking about it. Yeah. So yeah. Wow. What else we have? That's about it for the commercials really to talk about. Everything else was kind of like meh. We had a Rocket Mortgage.
Good,
huh?
Oh, Rocket Mortgage. Yep, that's right. Yep.
I liked the Groundhog Day Jeep commercial.
Mm-hmm.
With Bill Murray. Good. I thought that was good. So it took forever to get our first commercial break. Did you notice that? It was like 10 minutes into the first quarter.
We had one commercial break in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They
didn't sell enough spots. They have to lower the price. They really do. $5.6 million is ridiculous.
Well, that's the other thing I guess we could say is like the theme I thought I saw was like combined, trailers for all different brands. The parent company obviously buying a commercial spot, and then you're getting different brands in the commercial, so that way, you're serving all of the brands in one commercial instead of spending, multiple $5.6 million. You're spending $5.6 million and getting all the different, subsidiaries in there.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. I think that's it really for the commercials. So
I heard people but like moms were freaking out about the Shakira and J-Lo.
And those moms weren't freaking out last year where the guy had his shirt off the entire fucking halftime.
Yeah, I know, right?
So it's fine. I had no problem.
They're just jealous.
I had no problem with the halftime.
They wish they looked that good at 50.
Yeah, at 50 years old, they can. Yeah.
I did see this like meme of like somebody taping like this like I don't know, maybe 8 to 10-year-old boy in like a jersey. He's like got food or whatever, and he's just watching the Super Bowl halftime show. But it's like when like they start like doing their shaking the asses, and you just see him like like the caption was like this is when like little Timmy discovered he doesn't like Legos as much anymore or something like that. It's like yeah.
I mean, the stripper pole thing may have been a little bit too much, but other than that, it was fine.
I think it was funny too is that they kept losing clothing like each time you saw them. It's like let's close.
Yeah. Well, Shakira wore her outfit from her character in Zootopia.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? Thought that was funny.
Did she do the Zootopia song? Because I was like trying to listen for it, but
I don't think she did.
I don't think so either.
I missed part of the beginning though, so because I was his moving things downstairs real quick and came back up, but I don't know. So all right, that's really it we have for news. I think
no.
We have one of the coolest things happened today though.
No.
What?
No.
Castlevania?
March 5th. Castlevania.
I'm just I
said sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, whoa, we're not wrapping this one up yet.
No. Castlevania is back on March 5th. It was announced. I love the artwork poster.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. So Castlevania is coming back March 5th. They also just announced Mandalorian, October 2020.
Oh, nice.
That was just announced
That's
too.
a little earlier than expected, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with like all these other shows being pushed and.
Yeah. No, they got it together pretty quick. I think they have a pretty clear direction where they're going with this show so far, which is awesome. So, cool. Yeah. So there's two good things in the podcast. That's going to wrap up this episode of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us podcast@allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. See you guys next week. See you guys in the Gamecast. All right.